Enra, we started an exercise.
Yeah.
Now, when we start, we don't stop. Nobody stops us until we want to stop, or unless we are sure that we have achieved what we set out to do.
Yeah.
We were talking about the World Cup, the proceeds from the World Cup. We are still questioning, what do we use our World Cup money for? That's the questions we are asking. And we have been going around other countries that we went to the same World Cup with, what they use their World Cup proceeds for, and how to prudently use it, how to judiciously use your World Cup funds. These are the questions that we are asking. We have not insulted anybody. We have not offended anybody. We are asking questions. And it is in line. It is right that as journalists, we question people. We make people accountable because they are not in custody of the national team for themselves. And the reasoning and excuses I am getting, that I've been told, that okay, the money, the World Cup money is not with us, it is with government, or the government takes it. That is not the matter. Nobody is asking who takes the money. Nobody is asking about who takes the money. Government cannot be absolved of any blame from what the money is used for. And nobody is saying that we are in this debate or in this campaign. Nobody is in that we are here to say government is exonerated from whatever we are talking about. No. What we said yesterday, we are repeating. We don't care where the money is. What is the money supposed to be used for? That is it. And this warped logic of government takes it. No. I repeat, yesterday, my main issue was that government of Ghana, it is the responsibility of the state to ensure the sports grows in the country.
Yeah.
And football is part of the sports. So government argument, or anybody on government sides, the argument that government spends on the national team, so when we get to the World Cup, government will take the money into the consolidated fund or wherever. That's not it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make footballing sense. It doesn't make economic sense. It doesn't make social sense. It doesn't make common sense. Because government, whether we qualify for the World Cup or not, you will still invest. Yeah. So for instance, when we went to Nigeria in the last week of March 2022, after playing in like 8 qualifying games, and we lost to Nigeria, where would government have gotten their money? That, okay, we invested in the team for the qualify. Government, the national team is not your girlfriend. Government must know that the national team is not their girlfriend, or they are not investing in the national team to get it back like cash. It's not a loan. Yeah. It is their responsibility. So I'm asking, when we got to Nigeria and the Nigerians beat us by 3-0, they've qualified for Qatar, where would government have gotten the money from that loan? Would they have stopped investing in the team? No. It is your responsibility that when the Black Stars are going to play, you say it is your national team, so you invest in it. But when the money comes, because you invest in it, you prudently advise on how judiciously and how reasonably it should be used for the benefit of the same sport. That is simple. So on the government side, nobody is saying, and government takes it. You know why people are arguing that government takes it, government takes it from the FA side? It's a silent conspiracy theory. It is a connivance. Because, okay, we took ours and then we gave the rest to government because, look at this. It is a sham. It's a warped logic. It is reasoning like you don't have common sense. Yeah. We want the money to be used for projects in sports. And that is one reason why, okay, the money came, we took ours, we made some expenses, you understand? Yeah. We made some expenses from the World Cup funds, and the rest of it, government took it. For what? So you are at the FA, you are happy that you went to the World Cup, you got $9 million, or you got $10 million, or you got $40 million. You say, okay, we took $6 million. for our expenses, and the government took the rest because they say it belongs to them. So we don't have money to do any project, and you are happy. That is not the argument. It is public knowledge that government of Ghana has been fighting the FA as to who owns the money. And government's argument is that they own the money. Government, the argument is that the money is for them because of what? The money is for them because they have invested in the team, so they have to recoup their investment. And I'm saying the government of Ghana must understand that the national team Black Stars, it is not their girlfriend that they can take their freight from when you break up. It is your responsibility. Yeah. So when somebody at the FA or somebody who thinks they are closer to the FA makes this argument, then I'm asking, you are the FA. You need this money. You know how. So when a journalist goes out and says, this is how Senegal are using their money, and this is how sensibly it should be used, are you, the FA, not supposed to be happy?
Of course.
That somebody has uncovered, or somebody is telling government and everybody around the sports that this is how it is used for the sustainability of the sports. You know? Exactly. This is how it is used. How to sustain the game for longer years. This is how it must be used. If somebody says it, are you at the FA not supposed to be happy that, okay, they left the money for Senegal FA to use, despite government investment in infrastructure and other facilities? So this is how government should allow us and guide us and collaborate with us to use the World Cup money. You don't say we have taken ours. It means you don't care. It is your primary responsibility as a FA. It is your primary responsibility to ensure that these projects are done. And you have money. And you take yours. Government have taken theirs. The project is not done. That is the crux of the matter. The project is not done. So nobody is saying, fight government. We don't want you and government to coexist. That is a sham of thinking. What is the money supposed to be used for? Even if government takes it, it is your responsibility and duty as a football federation to convince governments, sane advice, lucid advice that, okay, this is what we must use it for, even though the money is in your bosom. So that we don't come to you unnecessarily for some spending. But you often, you take yours, you chop. Then government comes and they chop. The main issue, the project, what the money is supposed to be used for, it's not done. For 3 World Cups, then you think that, okay, because you have taken yours and government have taken theirs, when somebody speaks about it, they don't know what they are saying because we took ours and government. Has the project been done? No. Has the money been wisely invested? No. That is the question. It doesn't matter who takes it or who takes what. Okay, you are the Football Federation. You have been able to sit elected government officials, state officials down and convince them that a man who has been at the helms of Ghana Customs for so many years, for instance, somebody who has been in the hotel industry for years, a millionaire for that matter, a millionaire for that matter, you are able to sit government down and convince government that my dad, Seconds, you are paying him $100,000. You are the FA. You are able to sit down with government and convince them that Seconds, a millionaire, you are paying him $100,000 because he's a member of the management team of the National Black Stars. He went to the World Cup. So you convince government that he deserves $100,000. You convince government that Yawbo Tinjan, a stalwart of the NDC, must be paid $100,000 for following the Black Stars for 2 weeks. Government accepts and pays the money from the World Cup proceeds. You convince government officials, sensible government officials, literate government officials, that Colonel Damwa, for instance, who has been head of Ghana's customs for years, a man who is made already, a man who doesn't need $100,000, a man who will be proud to be a member of the Black Stars, to follow the team and advise the players as if that is their role. Then you convince government that no, this man following the team, staying in a hotel for free, paid by government, flight tickets catered for by government or FIFA. That man, at the end of the tournament, you pay him $100,000 again as reward for following the team, which you would have ordinarily done for free because of the pride it comes with. You pay him $100,000. You sit the same government officials down and convince them that you can pay him $100,000 for the job he did in 2 weeks. But you, the same FA, you can't convince government that all our national team coaches except the Black Stars, they don't get paid. All our male national team coaches, they are scamp. They don't get paid. But you have World Cup money. You convince government that $100,000 a bit material coaches of 6 or 7 months of their arrears. You can't convince government that this is a long-term investment. But you can give the money to Ken Odamwa. Government understands. Government accepts your deliberations. Government accepts your position and proposal to pay Ken Odamwa millionaire seconds of Ayabua Tinjan, a long-time politician, that when he follows the team, let's give him $100,000 to enjoy personal money. He's not investing back in the game. Let's give him that. Let's give Samuel Oseko for $100,000. A footballer who is made his life, a footballer who is already made, who would want to even invest. Somebody who is paid for, his ticket is paid, his hotel is paid, he follows the national team. It is not per diem. You pay him $100,000 from the World Cup proceeds, and this is an estimate, a budget from you, the FA, and you put this proposal in front of government that pay this man from the World Cup money. Government admits and pays. You are happy. But you can't convince government that, for instance, all your national team coaches at the junior level where footballers are trained to transition to the Black Stars, they are not paid. So let's use the money to pay them. You can't. That's nonsense. You have lost your sense of reasoning when it comes to investing in the right areas. Haven't you? You have lost your sense of reasoning when it comes to telling government that we can use $1 million to raise change the surface of our stadia. Okay. The national stadia. It is government, your responsibility. But we have money from football. And so let's use $1 million from that money to regrass all our national stadia. So we take the burden off you. But we are the people going to benefit primarily, fundamentally from the resurfacing of the stadium. Yeah. The money is for football. You would have taken it. We would have come back to you and say, pay money for the regrassing of the stadium. But let's use this money, since it is guaranteed, to resurface the stadium. Whose teams, who products will play there? FA's products will play there, make the league attractive, invite more people, players will play nicely, fans will come to the stadium. Who gets more revenue? Whose product grows? You can't advise government that let's use the 100,000 to regrass Accra Sports Stadium, because it is your responsibility as government to provide infrastructure. But like the Senegalese are doing, instead of going to government to take money, and because of the bureaucratic nature, it will take time. FIFA money is ready. We are using part of it to regrass the stadium because we are the primary users of the facility. You can't convince government to do sensible things. Ill advice. Give money to this man. You have done that. Then when we question that, you and the government, both of you are not contributing sensibly towards the growth and development of the game. You say the money we took ours and the government has already always taken. This is your argument as a sane person. Nobody is talking about where the money goes. It is public knowledge. The question is about the responsibility. Then you say government and the FA, we have peacefully coexisted. Nobody should bring. Sometimes you don't know how people reason. You don't know. Adults, you are on public place saying that government takes it. You are running football. So you should be happy that journalists are talking about how prudently World Cup money should be used for. This is Keto Kreku, my brother. And I was at his campaign launch. I attended all his 3 sessions. Wherever he goes. And he knows that I like him as a person. This is what he said he was going to use World Cup money for. He's been in sports journalism before I was even in primary school. Ketokreku has been a journalist, sports journalist, before I even entered primary school. My brother Ketokreku knows more about sports than I am ranting here. Didn't he know that the money will go back to government?
Yeah.
But he sensibly put this there, that 60% will go to the clubs in Premier and Division 1. Is it not what the Senegalese have done?
Yeah, exactly.
So he was even sensible in campaigning than Augustin Senghor.
Yes.
Then you, an assign or a follower or somebody who doesn't like people for anything they say, you will sit there and say the money has gone to government. It has always gone to government. If you know it is going to government, why do you put this in your manifesto?
Because you know
the money is not for you. Can you sit here and say Dr. Kwaku obtains money? You have put pen and paper and done your budget on it.
No.
It is not your money.
Of course.
The money is for government. You say you know. Yes. But then you go and draw a proposal.
Very nice one.
60% will go to clubs and Division 1.
Yeah.
Perfect. Exactly. Senegalese have done this.
Yeah.
Then he said 10% will go to Gaka. Perfect.
Of course. But
these are industry players.
Yeah.
PFAG, 10%.
Yeah.
Senegal, for didn't they give money to the professional players? This is Ketokreku's manifesto. Perfect idea. Yeah. Then 5% will go to coaches association.
The same thing that
the Senegalese pay their coaches.
Yes.
Is it not perfect?
Exactly.
He said 5% will go to referees. Didn't the Senegalese people pay the referees?
They did that.
Ketokreku's manifesto said 5% again will go to women's football. Didn't it go there? Perfect. Then he said 5% will go to juvenile and coast clubs. In Senegal, didn't they do that?
They did that.
Including beach soccer.
And
this is how Ketokreku said 30% of net revenue. So go and calculate 30% of $9 million. People don't just like people. Say anything you say, they say you are doing this, you are doing that. You are just not reasoning. Me, I will not sleep in the facility they create at Pram Pram. My children may possibly not play football. But it is what is being done in civilized jurisdictions where you want to learn from. When you go to Morocco, you go to England, you go to Senegal, this is what they are doing with their football. That is why they are growing. When you get money from football, don't sit and chop it. Don't share it among individuals whose contribution to the sports is trivial or insignificant. So to you, these are people who matter. So to you, since government, FA has taken orders, they have paid people $10,000. People who have not seen $10,000 before. Me, I may not have seen some before, but I'm not going to be any man's lick in the boot to get that.
Yeah.
So if you have not seen $10,000 or $5,000 before, it is not your money, it is football money. So they give you some and you say you won't talk again. But the boss that you are supporting, he put this in his manifesto, which is sensible.
Of course.
And this is exactly what the Senegalese have done. Ketokreku went even further to say net revenue. So he did this in 2019, way before Senegal did this in 2023. So he was even a sensible leader then. And we are saying that this is what the money should be used for. So he is right. So where is the money? So don't come and tell me the money, government takes it. Government takes it. Why are you doing budget on government's money? It means that said there is a possibility to get it.
Yeah.
There is a possibility. So you give money to millionaires for following the national team for 10 days, $100,000, which could have changed the face of Sunyani Coronation Park, which could have changed the surface of Accra Sports Stadium. But you will say it is responsibility of government. So you have given that money to an individual to chop. Mr. Kwesi Ajiman, Ghana Tourism, a self-made man. They gave him the money. Some. They pay them. Individuals. After 2 weeks, they pay them. Then you come and tell government that government is responsible for the regrassing the surface of Accra. So they will take the money. So why not advise them that this is what we are supposed to do? When government too takes it, school feeding is taken. There is gas at Atuabo. It's finished. The government is taking money. Oil crisis. Women in Makola are crying that there are leakages. So the government money, once it hits the consolidated fund, government, there are so many pressure. It is you, and I'll be advising government to say, this is what we have to use it for. That is what Ketokreku put in his manifesto. Sensible thinking. I'm not asking about where the money goes. I'm asking about, so it is the connivance. All of them are compromised. FA takes theirs, give to their people, not Ketokreku FA. That's been the practice. So it's a silent conspiracy theory, like Jamepe said, we take ours, you take yours. When we don't cater for the important things, nobody cares because we have gotten ours. Yeah. Then let me do this analogy. So in this village, when you turn 12,
yes,
then government or the community, village treasury says you have turned 12 years.
Okay.
Into your mouth, 20,000 cedis because you have taken care of your child to 12 years.
Okay.
Like you have gotten to the World Cup. So once you reach 12 years as a child, they give your parents 20,000 cedis to take care of you. They've given the money to this household. Then the mother said, like the Effie, oh, the money came to me. I took it. I've taken I've done my hair. I sent the child to the barber. They took 100 cedis for barber. Me too, I used 2,000 cedis for my hair because I took him there. Then the rest, the dad will come and take it. Then you say, they are asking you, have you taken care of the child for whose the reason the money was given to you?
Okay.
He said, no, me, I took mine. The child went to barb, 100 cedis, and I took 2,000 for my hair as a woman. The rest, the dad will come and take it because he's been taking care of the child. No, the money was given to you for a purpose. Yeah. So you have to convince the dad, even if he's not responsible. Yeah. It is your job to convince. He said, me, I took mine. The dad too comes and takes theirs. Then somebody will sit there and say, oh, we have given it to the dad. Have you taken care of the child? This is the crux of the matter. Have you taken care of the child? Sense. Then you say, don't bring problem between me and my husband. we are living in harmony. So to you, harmony is when your belly is full. Yeah. And your wife's belly is full. Your husband's belly is full. Then the child is hungry. The football is hungry. But you have taken yours. Government have taken theirs. So nobody should talk about it. That is your reasoning. It's a simple logic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you take care. You mean that if the FIFA money has not come, you will not take care of the child? It is your result. Yeah. So don't come and tell me that the crux of the matter, that the thing is that take care of the child with this money. Whatever you do, no significant amount must go to the child. Your dad, you take 70%. Then the mom takes 25%. Then they give 5% to the child and say, don't bring problem between us. We have existed in harmony and our coexistence is peaceful. So the coexistence is about being
sorting out.
They've sorted you out. That is coexistence. Peaceful coexistence is when the two of you are able to bring your ideas together. Yeah. Then you collaborate to grow the game. Not for you and individuals, but for the general populace. You raise the child and he becomes beneficial to the community entirely because they take the community's money to give to you. You don't understand how people, if you are Effie, you should be happy. So journalists are going to other countries and saying, oh, they are using their money. That's why they are winning AFCON. That's why they are raising too many footballers. That's why they are growing talented footballers. That's why their game is growing. That's why fans are going to the stadium. So let's use it for this. He said, we took ours. They gave the driver $20,000. They gave the security man $10,000. Me, the follow back, they gave me $10,000. We paid some journalists too money. Then we flew people to go to Qatar. We took that from their money. Then the government has come to take the rest. The game that sent you there, how much have you invested in it? The child, for whose reason they gave you the money? You say, oh, I took mine. My husband has taken the rest because he's responsible for taking care. So every money that he's invested in the child, I've taken it. Then the child is hungry. Then you say, oh, we live in harmony, so don't bring nonsense. This country will continue to be a village. I don't need that money from FIFA for anything. It is our job. You have to be sensible in telling this that, okay, Keto Kreko, you put this in your manifesto. It's sensible. Saddick says it's sensible because Senegalese have done it in 2023. You put it in 2019. If you need the money was not yours, why do you put it in there? It means that you have reneged on your responsibility. You put it in your manifesto after careful deliberation, painstaking exercise of collecting data. Then you said, this is what I will do when I'm elected as president. You come, then the money is oh, I've taken mine. I've given Kenel 100,000, Sameko 400,000. Coast footballers, oh, forget about them. Stadium pitch, forget about them. Improving the facility at Pram Pram for kids to go and stay and play football and develop. Oh, forget. Government takes it. nobody should question. If you know that government takes it, so don't talk about it. Trash. Warped logic. Let's cut it here.